Tuesday video, woo, Tuesday video, woo, do 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 do, dance time. Yeah, okay, whatever. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, Anime Freak here, and welcome to our Tuesday video. I have a box. It does box things. Particularly, it holds stuff, because it's a box. So, boxes, foxy boxes. Okay, so the next couple Tuesday videos are probably going to be collection videos. Because it's just easiest to film. So Thursday will probably be What the Hell Internet. And Tuesdays will be just random collection videos for the next 3 weeks, foreseeably. So, let's get started. I have a box in front of me. What's in the box? What's in the box? It's a nice box. It's a box I like. It's full of magic and it holds my comic collection. Drop something dropped over there. It was a pin. I'd be dropping shit. Okay, from top to bottom, it's newest to oldest, with some order to them normally. Some in bags, some not in bags. I haven't had the chance to buy anything really recently, comic book wise. I would like to. We're gonna move the box off to the side. Wish I had a long box, but you know, hey, shiznit happens. Okay, so let's start off with the first couple, since these are 3 in the same series, actually mini-series. Recently Marvel did their Secret Wars, and though I have issues with the new Marvel universe, I don't have too many issues with their Secret Wars titles. So first off, for the Secret Wars title, we have 3 issues of the Amazing Spider-Man Renew Your Vows. I've actually really enjoyed this series, though I have some issues on the whole premise behind, you know, Peter Parker just going, nope, I'm done being Spider-Man and all that other junk. Moving shit around on my desk. It was a good series nonetheless. I have 3 issues of it. I think there are 4 in all. I need to go ahead and get back into that. Okay, the next, another set of 3, another series. This is a DC Comics series that I've had a lot of fun reading and I've enjoyed. Earth 2 Society. The Earth 2 stuff has been really good in my opinion. I think I'll go ahead and show off each one. I think it's been really well written. This one's probably my favorite because it focuses on Lois Lane as Red Tornado, which has been an amazing, just was an amazing idea to me. And I like the design and everything. So I've enjoyed Earth 2 Society. I enjoyed Earth 2 the comic really, really well. And I like Val Zod, the new Superman. Let me turn on a fan. Kind of warm in here. You see, I have a fan. It's Fanny. Blown right in the mic. I enjoyed it a lot. It would have been nice to see Clark come back as maybe not Superman, maybe not die. And they introduced Thomas Wayne, Batman again, which was always just an interesting character to delve into, in my opinion. These next couple were free comics. You know, they do free comic book day. It even says it's off. This is just a preview of Secret Wars. I enjoyed Secret Wars. I haven't liked what comes after. I haven't liked the new Marvel Universe that much, with a few exceptions, which I hope to finally get my hands on soon. Next is a Divergent comic, just issue 1 of Divergent, which is just the aftermath of Convergence and showing what's what and where they're going with everything. Okay, so for some reason I get ESPN magazine, and I could care less about ESPN, really. I could give 2 shits, but they had this cool little insert in one of the comics where they did basically the body issue, Superheroes Edition, is basically like they have this whole thing where they go over workouts and crap like that and break down the bodies of different things, and they had a Marvel edition one. I just found this and I was like, this is going in my collection. I could care about ESPN, but you know, it's probably one of my favorite ones, She-Hulk. And they have Captain Marvel and Iron Fist and Ant-Man and all those things. And it's just an interesting thing. So I have that. And now comes some of the more pay comics. You know what? Actually, before that, let's go over some of the Loot Crate stuff. Now, for a while there, I had Loot Crate. I don't anymore, because, you know, being broke sucks. But, I did have it for at least 5 Loot Crates of varying things. One last year, some last year, and some this year. You've seen my unboxings of at least 3 of them. So, here's what I have. The individual Loot Crate books. Do I have another one? I mean, to have, okay, whatever. So I have Heroes and Villains 1. And I have Heroes and Villains 2. And then I have the Summon one with little cards on the back. But I don't have a smartphone, so I can't do that whole smartphone thing. Okay, so we're gonna move on to more comics. No more free stuff, at the very least. So let's start off with a couple big ones. You're gonna hear I don't have bags for these, and I really wish I did. I've got to go down to my local store, which is Legends Comics, great comic book store, by the way, and get some bags. But let's start off with the Futures In one. It's Harley Quinn Futures In. I really hope that shows up. It is a one of those holographic covers. It's really Futures In is an interesting series, and this is an interesting one. This isn't the last one you're gonna see for Futures In. I have another one or two. Here's the Harley Quinn Invades Comic-Con International San Diego. My elbow cracked. Special. This was really fucking fourth wall breaking and meta as hell and cool. I wish I had a bag for that. Now we're on to the Harley Quinn comics, which I have a couple of, a good bit of. So first is obviously Harley Quinn issue 0. Dust and crap all over them. Issue 0. Fourth wall breaking. You know, the Harley Quinn comics are really good. And oh, this one is a special issue 1. Or the annual. It's the smell one. I bought 2 of these. I bought one with the regular cover and then one with the variant cover. I gave the regular cover one to Mal as a gift, and this one's the regular or the variant cover one. It has the Bombshells Harley Quinn on it, which I really like the Bombshell ones. I've read this comic. I haven't. This one had a protective packing to it, if you could see that. And I'm never taking it out. I still read comics on a regular basis. I just don't buy them on a regular basis. This is the Forever Evil Harley Quinn special. I really wanted to get the Poison Ivy one too, but I never got the chance to. By the time I got to it, they were out. So this is the Harley Quinn special one. I love the book. My only problem is, I don't know, Harley's face and kind of overall design in this comic's just something about it's a little bit off. It's a little bit too much boob and not enough character. Still really good. Then we move on to ones that don't have backs. This is, oh look, it's Diggle Arrow. Harley Quinn issue number 1. Harley Quinn issue number 2. Puppies. That's a good issue. 3, 4, 5. Number 6 needs a bag. I'm stacking them over here, by the way, so number 6 needs a bag. Really need a bag for this one. This was interesting. Cyborg was an interesting character. 7, 8, 9, 10. All need bags. And 11, which is where I've left off for Harley Quinn. So I need to get back to those, because I think they're on, like, issue 20 now. I still read them every month. That mic got close to my face for some reason. Okay. This next one's special to me. And I know some people are like, well, why the hell is it special? Well, it's special for many, many reasons. Sorry, I'm fiddly with my mic. I'm trying to keep it out of the way of freaking breathing on it like a psychopathic, and it's in my damn face. What the hell? Oh, there we go. Okay. It's special to me for many reasons. It's a Superman comic, which I don't have enough of, by the way. But this one is really, really special to me for many reasons. This is the Superman wedding special, the wedding album, and it's really, really big to me because I love Superman to a stupid extent, and Lois Lane and Superman is possibly my favorite superhero couple in the world, and this one was just really big. It's issue 47. It's published in 1996. I was 3. So it's in a bag. It's pretty thick too. It's got the white. Also, I remember when I found this, I nearly had a heart attack. Okay, we've got a couple Superman comics. This leads into the newer Superman stuff. These are the first 2 comics when George Romero Jr. took over, and by Jason Martin. And I like them. I mean, they're not great. The character development with Homeboy here sucked. He's a dick. So this next one is actually very important to me because it is the first issue in my favorite Superman comic to ever be written ever, and that is the first issue of All-Star Superman. I haven't had the chance to buy any of the other these. I went back to get more of them, and they were just gone, which makes sense. So, Grant Morrison, Frank Quintoli, I'm sorry, man. With Jamie Grant, I'm sorry, homie. Frank, you've done a great job with this comic. All 3 of you did a fantastic job on this comic. So I'm sorry I can't pronounce your name, but this is my favorite Superman comic of all time, for many reasons. I'll go into a later date. This next one, I love for many reasons. I know this is just shit. Lois Lane, the one-shot off, which, for God's sake, this just needs a whole freaking series. Lois Lane is one of the greatest DC characters to exist. She doesn't have superpowers, but she's just an amazing character. This needs a whole damn series, more than a one-shot. This, here's my next Superman one. This one, there's one other Elseworld comic I want, and that's Speeding Bullets. If you haven't seen that, that's when Superman is found by the Wayne family instead of the Kents, and he grows up as Bruce Wayne and is Batman for a little bit. It's an amazing comic, but this one was one of the ones. It's the Superman Elseworlds Annual number 6. It was published in 1994. And Superman's raised by wolves. Raised by wolves. Superman raised by wolves. I don't think there's any other way to put that. Okay, now on to another series I love that I only have 2 issues of. I pick these series up, get like 2 issues, and then they just drop off for me, which is stupid. But the first 2 issues of the new Captain Marvel stuff after Carol Drivers became Captain Marvel. Oh, just wrong way. Issues 1 and 2. Make sure there's a 2. 1 and 2. I love Carol Drivers. I don't know. Carol Danvers. She's an amazing character. A series. This next one afterwards, though. This is a series I wish had stuck around longer. I would love to explore this character more, and I hope they bring him back. But they haven't touched the character. Said that's all new Ghost Rider, 1 and 2. Yeah, this was just an amazing series. You know, I love the characters. I love what went with him. I was interested in exploring it more. The next 3 are a little segmented. This 1, 2, and 4. I couldn't find 3. But it's the new Miss Marvel, Don't ask me to pronounce it. Kamala Kamar, I think. I'm sorry, I'm terrible with names, but it's new Miss Marvel. I love her too. She's awesome, amazing character. Here comes. This is certainly Dusk's favorite. Set these all to the side here. This is Dusk's favorite. 1, 2, 3. Dusk's favorite Marvel character to just period, just about, other than Spider-Man, and that is Loki, Agents of Asgard. 1, 2, and 3. I've enjoyed reading this series a ton. I enjoyed it, and I'm enjoying what they're doing with new Loki. These next ones are just issue ones of series that I swear to God I was going to keep up with, but never did. So we have the new Wolverine comic. This was before his death, and this was when he didn't have his powers, and he was kind of pretending to be a bad guy. And the first issue made you think he was a bad guy. Then we have the Punisher comic, the new one where he went out to L.A. I love the Punisher character. I think he deserves to stay in comics like the Maximum comic universe because he's just such a intense character. I'll go into more detail with that in a later video. But then we have She-Hulk issue number 1 of the new one. I want to own all of this so bad, all 12 issues, and I want to own the new stuff. My only ever issue with this comic series was the art style seemed a bit funky at times. Other than that, I really enjoyed it. Ooh, this next one's a fun one. How many of these did I have? Yeah, I just had the 2. Okay, so these are 2 comics that deserve to be put in plastic cases, in my opinion. And that is Green Lantern, issue 28, and Red Lantern, issue 29. If you know anything about comics in a New 52, you know this is the Red Daughter of Krypton storyline. And yes, this is issue 28 that has the special back where if you flip it over, it's issue 28 of Red Lanterns. So I'm not going to take it out of the package to show you, but here's the Green Lantern one. I put it on this side because I just thought this looked so much better. There's Guy Gardner and his mustache Flora. He kicked a lot of ass in this series, and here's just issue 29 of it. I think there's more to the story. Microphone, will you frickin' stay out of the way? Shit. I think there's more to the story. I just haven't kept up with it. Okay, these next couple are kind of grab baggy and random, and then one of them is another vinyl cover. So why don't we start off with the top one? Sensational Comics featuring Wonder Woman. Want to keep getting more of these. I actually want to start the Legends of Wonder Woman comics. It's a weird little kind of Elseworldian type of story. And the first story is one of my favorites because it harkens back to old school Wonder Woman, you know, gold and everything. And I love the end because it's a story about this kid that's just kind of being picked on because he loves Wonder Woman. You know, he thinks she's the best superhero. And, you know, she is really cool. And they're like, you can't like Wonder Woman. That's a superhero for girls. And Wonder Woman shows up and goes, hey, don't be a douche. The one after that is Lobo, the redesigned one. I didn't have a problem with the new Lobo. In fact, I was really quite interested in learning about him. Though, I do have to say, I don't like the idea that it was like, oh, well, this Lobo we've known for years was just an imposter, and this the real Lobo. I kind of like the idea of if you're going to redesign Lobo as a whole, then just fully redesign Lobo. He's more villainous than regular Lobo, or than the Lobo I really liked, which was kind of what was off-putting about him, but still interesting nonetheless. This I will take out of the package, mostly because it's not sealed. I gotta get tape, and because it's another hologram color for the Futures End. Trinity of Sin Pandora one-shot for Futures End. Another hologram cover. Like I said, the Futures End stuff was really interesting, and I love the Pandora comics. I really love the Pandora comics. I hope that comes out in the camera. I'm not quite sure if it will get back in the package. kind of fight with me on this one. The next one is another Futures In. It's the last Futures In one I have. It's also a really interesting one. Now, when they reintroduced Batwoman, and, you know, reintroduced her and made her a lesbian and all that good junk, which I was actually really fine with her being a lesbian. I wish they would have went through with the wedding stuff, but who cares? They did one thing in New 52. She's fighting vampires and fucking demigods and shit like that, which always perplexed me, but is the Futures In one where she turns into a vampire. Is a great comic. All of them have the same American Dad ad on the back. Oh, her bag's ripped too. I forgot about that. Her bag's ripped a little bit. I gotta get a new one. Ooh, this one. This one's a good one. Okay, so this is an older comic. Came out in 1990 something. Wasn't it 94? 1994, I can tell it's down there. It's Catwoman issue 0. This is my favorite Catwoman version of Catwoman. The purple suit, the whip. My favorite version. So, okay, this next one and this next one are both kind of special to me in ways. Okay, this first one is the second. My face is hurting and itching. Okay, this next one is from 90. Screw it, it's not showing. But it's from the 90s, maybe the 80s. I'm not quite sure. Maybe the 80s because they got 91. At least this is a trademark or whatever. It's the Robin series. For a while there in the 90s, Robin, Tim Drake had his own comic series on and off. This is the second one. It's the first issue for the second run. I really like the comic series. I like Tim Drake. Dick Grayson will always be my favorite. And speaking of Dick Grayson, this is from 2007, but still very much consists of Robin. This is the annual Nightwing annual from 2007, number 2. Probably my favorite Nightwing run of any comic. I thoroughly enjoyed it. It's an annual talking about the meeting of Batgirl and Dick Grayson Robin when they first met. I love the character designs. I love the cover. Not color. The coloring's good though, but I love the cover and I love the contents of it. So it's one of my favorites. Harkening back to Earth 2. No, this isn't Earth 2. What the hell am I saying? Harkening to the future. This is issue 1 of Justice League 3000. Right now, currently in the comics, they're on Justice League 3001. But this was the original idea. And for some reason, DC loves this idea of turning Superman into a dick. So, you know, he's a douche in this. Later Superman iteration, New 52, has been really, really good and humbled him some. But this personifies it because it's just Superman and no Clark Kent. And it really shows how stupid that is. Overall, the series is great. So I enjoyed it. I like the character designs. Next comes... Ooh, this one's a big one. Possibly one of the most important comic books to ever grace my collection. Ever. I'm gonna tell you what this is. This is very important to me. This is issue 1 of The Amazing Spider-Girl. I love Spider-Girl. She's my favorite Marvel superhero of all time. And this is the first issue of The Amazing Spider-Girl, which was the re-release that came around in the 2000s. When they re-jumped the MC2 universe, which I really wish they would do that again. I really like the MC2 universe. These next couple are random. That's got issue 1 and 2. This is Supergirl plus the power of Shazam, Mary Marvel, not evil version. This is 97 before they really pushed the whole evil Mary Marvel thing. This is X-Men issue 1 with the relaunch of Marvel Now. This was one of my favorite X-Men runs because I focused exclusively on the female characters, and Jubilee's one of my favorite characters. But my favorite's always Dazzler. you know, I guess be spectacular in this bitch. I have issues 1 and 2 of the Black Widow series from Marvel now. It's a good run. I couldn't keep up with it. Next 2 issues are also really good. It's issue 1 and 2 of Superior Spider-Man. One of my favorite Spider-Man things to be done in a very long time. I know some people didn't like it. I loved it, but Doc Ock's my favorite Spider-Man villain. The next couple are interesting for multiple reasons. This is issue, or the annual for Catwoman 1996. 3rd annual. Another kind of Elseworld story. It's Legends of the Dead Earth. Okay. It's an odd series because it places Batman and Catwoman as robbers / murderers and villains, and then you have the Joker, who is a detective and a hero. It's a really interesting story. If you ever get the chance to read it, I say you should read it. Here's another one. This one was a pretty amazing series that I never finished, and I didn't get any of the other issues, and I can only find issue number 1. This is an Image comic, and I own very few of them, and I haven't even gotten to the trade paperbacks, but I'm going to do that in another video. It was produced by Top Cow, and it is a series by the name of Genius. This is a remarkable series. It's about a girl who becomes the leading, she's insanely smart as a genius, and becomes like the leading, this gigantic kingpin, gang leader, drug lord type of character, just by, you know, being stupidly smart. This next one's a Vertigo series. It is Fairest, the complete series, all 3 issues. It's all in one little nice neat box thing that they do. It's 1, 2, and 3. It's a Vertigo series. It's from the pages of Fables. It's an interesting read. I definitely suggest it. This next one is a Loot Crate exclusive, never to be opened. It's Rocket Raccoon issue 1. You have Thanos, and he's got a Loot Crate and all that. Rocket Raccoon comic series. It was okay. It wasn't my favorite, but it worked. The next couple are Spider-Verse ones. I have Edge of Spider-Verse, the Noir one, and then I have the Superior Spider-Man number 32. I only have 2 issues of Superior Spider-Man, but hey, I might as well keep on the train. We're getting low in the box. Okay, this next one is special to me for many reasons. My favorite Transformers series is Transformers Armada. And my favorite character from Transformers period is Starscream. And my favorite Starscream is the Armada Starscream. This is a special IDW Armada comic with a special Starscream cover. It's an exclusive. They sold it in limited run. It came with a toy, a little figure, a reproduction of the original Starscream Armada figure, and a special cover. I loved it, bought it, need a bag for it. Wish I had copies. This next one is, these next 2 are some of my favorites. This is an issue 8 that cannot be finished because it's just impossible to find. This is Spider-Man Loves Mary Jane, issue 8. I love this series to death. It is a romantic comedy type series. I just love it to death. Next is Rogue, one of my favorite X-Men characters. She had her own comic running for a little bit. This is just issue 1 of that comic series. I managed to randomly scrounge up in one of the boxes. This one was a free one. And it's a Marvel Milestone edition, and it is a special edition reprint that they did, I want to say 2000s. I'm not quite price-wise. I'm going to say somewhere in the 2000s. And there's a reprint of X-Men number 1 from 1963. It's the silver-edged one. It's kind of interesting to see where it all began for the X-Men. This next one was just one I found for $1. And it's a previews book. Now, for those of you who don't know, back in the 2000s, before you could look everything up on the internet, back when I was a kid, for comics, they would send out preview books. And they were like $1.50, you know, cheap. But they had covers and maybe a page or 2 from the comic, if that. And this was just one that I found, and it was one highlighting a Kevin Smith comic that he did, and I'm a huge fan of Kevin Smith. And I believe this is the Black Cat, the evil that men do. Yeah, the Black Spider-Man and Black Cat, the evil that men do series, and it just kind of highlighted it, and I thought it was cool, so I picked it up. It was for $1. Here's another comic, 1 and 2 random ones. This is for another. Whew, I'm getting exhausted. I've been talking for a while. 2 random issue ones for series that I thought I'd try to keep up with, but never got around to. Silver Surfer, the new relaunch for Marvel Now, and Storm, the new relaunch for Marvel Now. This is an oldie but random one that I just found and decided to keep. It's Marvel Comics Ghost Rider side by side with Spider-Man: Revenge of the Secret or Sinister Six Part 1. Like the cover art, but it is excessively 90s. Is this 90s? It may be 80s too. You know, it's 91. It's excessively 90s. It's excessively 90s. Next comes The Amazing Spider-Man issue 1. The big old thick one that cost me lots of money. This is a $6, $7 comic. Big old thick relaunch. Again, one of my favorite series. The only issue I have is the whole Mary Jane thing. But next comes a couple more issues in this run. 1, 2. Yeah, 1 and 2 of it for multiple reasons because I was trying to keep up. So 1 and 2. I thought I had an Original Sin one. Maybe I didn't. Okay, this next one's a really big, important one to me. This is Punisher Warzone, all 5 issues of it. Not in terribly, the binding is not in great condition, but these are in overall great condition. It's the second printing variant, so it has different colors. I'm not going to take all 5 of them out. It's all contained in one thing, but it's all 5 issues of Punisher Warzone. That was an amazing comic series, mini-series. Ooh, yeah, now I get to talk about, some other things, but let's talk about this one first. I'm gonna save this last one. Here's Spectacular Spider-Man #1. The Hunger Part 1. I just like Spider-Man, and this looked good, and it was. I was more of a Sensational Spider-Man and Ben Reilly fan, but move on from that. Next, we have Deadpool issue number 30 and 31, the Original Sin stuff. Now, why do I have these? Well, 1, I like Deadpool, and 2, Dazzler came back. Dazzler's my favorite X-Men character, so for these 2 issues it had some Dazzler stuff in it, so I decided to pick it up. These next couple were some of the first ones I bought. We're at the bottom of the bin now. Another Deadpool one, but for some reason it was at the bottom. Yeah, I forgot I had issue 29 for Original Sin. I was trying to collect all the Original Sin Deadpool stuff. It didn't work out that well, but coming after that, we have Justice League of America issue number 1 for the New 52 after the relaunch. I thought this is the variant title that has the American flag on it, being patriotic. I thought the comic was pretty well done. New 52 Flash issue number 31 and 32. Reasons behind that is because I wanted to see the relaunch of Wally West. Let's check the bottom of this little card I got and shake the dust out so I can start putting everything back in. The return of Wally West. And don't need to say more of that. Okay, I'll start putting those in a minute. It's just a little card I got for advertisement. Here's the big one. This one's the kicker, and this is one of the most expensive comics I have in my collection. It is the giant size annual for The Amazing Spider-Man. Now, if you don't know what that is, and I have a fetish for wedding albums, apparently. This was published in 1987. It is the wedding edition where Mary Jane and Spider-Man finally get married. This should be behind a plastic container, but it's not because I'm lazy as hell and broke. Oh, trying to kill me here. Yeah. Do I need to say more over it? It's the marriage between Mary Jane and Peter Parker, possibly one of the greatest things to ever exist ever. It shows all the good in humanity. Okay, I'm really glad I've got a hold of it. It's in pretty damn good condition. Okay, ladies and gentlemen. Well, I don't think I have much to say, and I am fucking exhausted. I have been talking for 30-something minutes. Holy shit. Okay, well, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you enjoyed this video. I'm gonna start putting up my comics. And space out, apparently. No. So, if you haven't noticed, there's a new format to my channel. I'd like to take a minute or two to explain everything. So, there will be constant videos every Tuesdays and Thursdays from now on. Now, I'm not going to say that they will always be the same thing. For the next couple weeks, we're going to have collection videos like this, which will focus on comics and other things I've collected, such as my comic book collection, my manga collection, my card collection, and other random geeky shit I have. But Thursdays are gonna try for the most part to be what the hell internet videos. If that doesn't work out every time, I'll try to do a talk time, and I'll try to do other little reaction videos and stuff like that. But for the most part, it's probably gonna try to be what the hell in the internet. Which the one that was released this past Thursday won't always be the format. That was just interesting, and that was just a look back on 2015. So the format, it will vary. Sometimes it will be just reactions to stupid stuff on the internet, and sometimes it will always be nicely edited, and I'll try to keep doing the editing that I did for just like for that with it. But Tuesday's probably always going to end up being a video like this that is a little bit more slower paced, a lot less editing, and just me talking a little bit more. And I'm going to try to keep Thursday up instead of editing videos. All the gaming videos I do will keep pumping out. I've had some issues recording gaming content recently. I had, like, that rinse and repeat video I did, I had to go through hell and back to edit it out. Hopefully I'll have the issues solved soon so I can get back to some game footage. That's not going to be constant. I'd like to get back to one of those videos every day. But it may be a couple videos here and there whenever I can drop them out. So, yeah, that's just a new format for my channel. Other than that, I'd just like to say thank you all for watching, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you have a fantastic day, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.
My super ultra miracle eccentric sir!
Alright, let's move.
Oh, that ghost witch is just so hard to see.
Oh, I can heal you.
You gonna heal me?
Stop squirming, I'm gonna heal you.
Thanks, Captain Bill!
Ah, cool.
Captain Bill, you
The
the
station's
shit,
just up the
son.
street.
You the
This
shit.
way.
Hey, homie. Bye, homie. It's up the street, huh? Okay, that's where we headed. Okay. Yes. Yes. Get scissor bladed, son. Boom, boom, boom. I'm Spider-Man using a machine gun. Your argument is invalid. Oh, damn it. Why does Shia have